my God. I can't.
What's up guys, Mark here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 Eurovision winners from the past 10 years. Let me know what your top 10 is, and whether or not you agree or disagree with my choices. In 10th place, I have the song Toy by Netta. This is Israel's entry for Eurovision 2018, and this was a song that I actually did like. It wasn't my winner, or even my runner-up for 2018, but I think the song is good, and that's the thing too with a lot of these winners, is that a lot of them are really good songs. I just like some a little bit more than others. And I feel like Toy is just the song that I clicked with the least personally, and I'm not really sure why that is. I think the song is musically pretty good. I think Netta has a lot of charisma, especially on stage. The only thing is, I just don't really resonate with the song or the lyrics that much personally. The song does send an important message, and I really respect it for that. But overall, I just like some of the other songs a little bit more. I connect with them a little bit more than this one. However, I do like Netta a lot. I like a lot of her other songs. I've listened to some of her songs like Nana Banana and Basa Sababa, and I think those are great too. I think she's very talented. But for me, Toy is just kind of at the bottom of my list. And overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. With that, we're going to move on to my next spot on this list, which is one of my favorite performers, but not really one of my favorite songs. This is Heroes by Måns, and everybody loves Måns. Let's get that out of the way first. I think Måns is phenomenal. I loved when he was helping host Eurovision in Sweden back in 2016. I think Måns and Petra were second to none, and just were so much fun as hosts. I also think that when he performed in 2015, Måns had some of the best stage presence. I mean, he really is captivating on stage, a really great singer, and just a really great overall performer. The song Heroes itself, I'm not that into, to be honest. I never really come back to the song. I don't really listen to it that much. If I'm honest, I listen to songs like Toy more than Heroes, and that's just personal preference. I mean, I don't think the song is bad by any means. I just don't really find it that exciting. I'm not really that invested in the lyrical content. For me, it just sounds like something I've heard before, and just doesn't feel very unique or interesting to me. However, the song does get a lot of points because Måns is amazing, and he does have a really great voice and a great vocal delivery on stage. And I also do like a lot of the things like the staging that they did. I really like the LED effects in the background. I think that was really exceptional, really cool stuff. So I understand why this won, and I think that Måns and his team did a really great job in putting together one of the most visually interesting performances. The song itself, I just really can't get into, to be honest. Maybe that'll change in like 10 years, but right now, it just isn't my cup of tea. So for that, I give this overall an 8.5 out of 10. I think Måns is exceptionally talented and really great, but the song just isn't for me. So with that, we're going to move on to my number 8 spot on this list, which is Ukraine's first win in the past decade, and their second win overall. Jamala has some fantastic vocal moments in this song. For instance, towards the end of the song, she has that scream, which just gave me chills. And she also is able to emote really well as she sings, and you hear the pain in her voice, and just she brings so much emotion to the table, which I think also elevates the song a lot. However, I don't personally connect with this song as much as some of the others. It's not really a song I come back to. I do like the message of the song. I think it's very well sung, it's very well produced, and also very well performed. I really like the golden lights in the background and the tree and everything like that. The LEDs were really well utilized. So overall, I give the song a 9 out of 10. However, like I said, I just like some of the other songs a little bit more. So with that, we're going to move on to my number 7 spot on this list, which is Stefania by Kalush Orchestra. This is, of course, the most recent Eurovision winner, and one of the first, if not the first, rap winner of Eurovision. Ukraine's win this year definitely was not one that everyone was happy about. Of course, you had people saying that there's pity points and whatnot, but for me, this was a song that I did like from the beginning. This wasn't my winner for 2022. However, this was one of my favorite songs, and I consistently gave this song really high rankings, and I think a lot of other people did too. Whether you think this song deserved to win or not, I think there's no denying that this is a very good song, a very interesting song, and definitely one of the strongest contenders of the 2022 season. Stefania is a really exciting song, for one thing because it's one of the few rap songs we've got in the Eurovision, but also because it's sung in Ukrainian. It's about the singer's mom. It has a really nice message. If you read the lyrics, they're very impactful, very emotional, and also provides us with some of the coolest staging we've got in Eurovision. The only reason, and I mean the only reason it's not as high as some of the others, is just because I like the other ones on this list just a little bit more, whether that's because of nostalgia or because I connect with those songs a bit more. But this song is exceptional. I think Kalush Orchestra outdid themselves with this song. I definitely liked their performance in Vidbeer a little bit more than the one in Eurovision. I think there was a lot more going on stage, but they still made full use of the stage even with the broken sun and gave a really good performance. So for that, I give this song a 9.5 out of 10. Definitely a really great song. It wasn't really my winner, but I think this song is great, Kalush Orchestra is fantastic, and I think it was really great to see another rap song win Eurovision. So with that, we're going to move on to my number 6 spot, and this is one of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time. This is Rise Like a Phoenix by Conchita Wurst. I didn't really get into Eurovision that much until 2017, 2018, so going back through the winners to kind of see who won in the past, this was one that stood out to me. For one thing, of course, you have Conchita, who has a very unconventional appearance, and the song I just clicked with a lot. I mean, the song, of course, resonates with me personally. I found the song and the lyrics very impactful. The song itself has so much momentum, so much gravity to it too, because of the soaring instrumental and Conchita's voice, which is one of the best voices we've gotten in Eurovision by far. I love the staging, the wings in the background. We have those fiery wings, like the wings of a phoenix behind Conchita. Really makes good use of the stage and also the diamond shape of the stage. And overall, Conchita just gave a fantastic performance. I think her dress looked amazing. Her voice was great. Everything about this performance came together to make one of the best Eurovision has ever seen. And I really don't think I have a single criticism for this at all. I will say I just like some of the other songs a little bit better. That's really just the theme with this list. It's like, even if a song that you like a lot is a bit lower, that doesn't mean I don't like it. Again, I like all of these songs like a lot. It just means that I personally prefer some of the other songs. So with that, we're gonna move on to my next spot on this list. And in 5th place, I have Arcade. This was one of the most stunning songs that I've seen in almost every department. Vocals, staging, lighting, lyrics. It takes something pretty mainstream, like a song about a breakup or a relationship gone wrong, and makes it something really unique. Duncan had some of the best vocals in that competition, and I really like the simple staging. It's really just him and that piano and some lights in the background. It's not super bright, it's kind of dim, and really sets a certain mood, a particular tone for the entire performance, which makes it really impactful, really draws you in, and makes this one of the most memorable acts we've gotten. It wasn't my winner for 2019, but that's just because I thought some of the other acts were really, really strong, and I preferred them a bit more. But overall, I think this definitely was a deserved winner, and one of the best songs we've gotten in Eurovision history. With that, we're going to move on to my number 4 spot on this list, which is Only Teardrops by Emmelie de Forest. This, I think, is one of the most underrated winners we've gotten in Eurovision. I think the song has so much going for it. I mean, the staging is great, the lighting is great, the effects are great, the vocals are great, like everything is on point and then some here. This song really goes above and beyond, especially with things like the flute guy and the instruments there. I think that's really cool. I'm not sure if they're playing any of those instruments live, but regardless, I think it looks really cool and it's really unique, and the camera angles were perfect here. I think that everything really came together to make one of the best visual presentations of Eurovision history, and I just love this song a lot. It's a song that really grew on me over time. At first, I didn't really care much for it, but as I revisited it every now and then, this became one of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time. I feel like we haven't really seen a Eurovision song like this before or since, and so overall, I think this is one of the most unique performances that Eurovision has given us. With that, we're going to move on to my number 3 spot, which is Maneskin. And what a phenomenal song. This is a song that I liked from first listen, and I honestly did not expect it to win. Even though this was one of my favorites by far in 2021, I was afraid that the juries would not really appreciate a rock song and would not rank it even in the top 10, let alone the top 5. Thankfully, I was wrong. The juries didn't rank this as high as the televote did, of course, but they still didn't destroy it in the jury votes, which was good. But yeah, I really wasn't sure if this song was going to win. I thought it was really great. I love rock as a genre, one of my favorite genres of music by far, and I really loved Måneskin, especially their performance in Sanremo. I thought that was really cool. So I was super happy when they won, actually. Even though this wasn't my winner for 2021, I was really happy that they got all those points they did, because I think they really deserved it. They gave one of the best performances that Eurovision has ever seen. They took full advantage of the Rotterdam stage and used almost all of its elements flawlessly. And also Damiano, of course, has great stage presence. I mean, he has charisma for days. It's no surprise that they got as many televotes as they did, in my opinion. Måneskin was amazing, and I also love the death drop at the end. And also, I will say, Damiano's Thank You Europe was probably the single best Thank You Europe in all of Eurovision history. The way the camera is just looking down at him at the floor, the way he is just slapping the floor as he says it. I mean, come on. That is iconic. Perfect 10 out of 10 for me. What a great song, great performance, and great band. And I am seeing them live this year. They are coming to my area, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. But with that, let's move on to my number 2 spot on this list, which is the song that really got me into Eurovision, Amar Pelos by Salvador Sobral. Now, I always knew about Eurovision. I always kind of watched clips of it and some Eurovision songs here and there, but I never really thought about watching Eurovision live or really getting into anything like the national finals or what have you until I saw this performance. Salvador Sobral's performance of Amar Pelos was really impactful and really just pulled me in and captivated me. I never really quite saw something like it, especially not from Eurovision. It's so simple and so effective. It's really just Salvador standing by himself in front of the stage, just singing in Portuguese. It has something so magical about it that it made me want to watch Eurovision, and it showed me that this contest is more than just a meme factory. Because, I mean, honestly, minus some great songs like Alexander Rybak's Fairy Tale, I had always kind of known Eurovision as just where memes come from. You know, like Epic Sax Guy or Rockefeller Street. I didn't really take the contest seriously, or really was that invested in it until I saw this performance. And after that, I was hooked. From 2017 on, Eurovision became one of my favorite things in general, and definitely one of my favorite contests to watch. And I think a big part of that is because of Salvador Sobral. He's one of my favorite artists, and I love a lot of his work. And while I do know he said some not so great things about Eurovision, like fast food music, I still think he's a really great artist. And while I don't agree with some of the stuff he thinks about Eurovision, this song still holds a very special place in my heart. And there's a reason it broke records with its voting tally. I mean, it got so many votes, and that makes sense. This song really just stole the show in 2017. Salvador Sobral is one of the best winners of all time of Eurovision. I think he's amazing, and he really set the stage for artists like Barbara Pravi to bring more traditional or more classic types of music to Eurovision in the modern day. Really appreciate him for that, and I really like the song overall. With that, we are going to move on to my number one, my favorite winner of the past 10 years, and that is Euphoria by Loreen. Who wouldn't have seen this coming? Euphoria is one of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time. If not my favorite Eurovision song, I think Fairy Tale might take the cake for that one, but Euphoria just has one of the best performances that I've ever seen in Eurovision. Loreen was able to somehow keep really good vocals while ducking and spinning around the stage. I don't know how she did all that and still was able to sing. Back then, they didn't even have backing vocals. Like, everything she was singing was live. How did she do that? I have no idea. I think Loreen is just superhuman. I mean, I loved that performance. I loved everything about it. The dancer, the staging, the lights, her dress, her vocals, every single thing about it is perfection. Loved it. Love Loreen. And Euphoria is still a song I listen to today. 10 years later, it remains one of the most iconic Eurovision songs we've ever gotten. I think everyone can agree that Euphoria is a masterpiece. If you don't like Euphoria, I would just be a little bit surprised, because I think this is a song that almost all Eurovision fans can find some enjoyment in. Overall, this is my favorite from all the winners of the past decade, and gets a perfect 10 out of 10. With that, thank you all so much for watching. This has been my list of all my winners. This might be my last Eurovision video for a while, just because there isn't really much demand for Eurovision content right now. Obviously, the season's over. So I might diversify my content, might make videos on other types of music that I really enjoy. So stay tuned for that, and let me know what you want to see next. If it is Eurovision videos, or if you want me to try something a bit different, if you have any recommendations, I am totally open. I also want to say thank you all so much for sticking with my channel through the Eurovision season and also into the summer. I know my videos are not 5-star quality, and I am trying to work on that and make them better. So I do appreciate all of your support and all of your likes and comments and also subscriptions. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace.